Breaking news tonight, the White House posting these pictures from the Situation Room as the U.S. attacks 3 nuclear sites in Iran. KCAL News reporter Lauren Pozen joining us now with what this means and what happens next. Lauren.
Well, Susie, Gio, this is a big move and a major escalation in an already tense Middle East conflict. President Trump is calling it a historic night of spectacular military success.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
President Donald Trump speaking to the nation Saturday night after American warplanes conducted airstrikes in Iran. Among the Iranian sites targeted for Dow and a larger enrichment plant at Natanz. The president says the mission aimed to eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities and neutralize the threat. American B-2 bombers carried out the strikes, deploying a 30,000-pound bunker buster bomb.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
The strike comes after Israel launched its attack on Iran on June 13th, and just one day after European delegates met with Iranian officials in Geneva to encourage an end to the conflict. At first, the president said he'd wait 2 weeks to decide on a response, but instead, he gave the green light in just 2 days. UCLA history professor James Galvin says there's likely a reason.
Undoubtedly, what's happened over the last week or so is that Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, got on the phone with Donald Trump and said, look, you can make yourself a historic figure in the Middle East. You could resolve all these problems that we have in the Middle East by doing just this. And, you can go down in history that way.
The whereabouts of Iran's supreme leader are unknown. CBS learned Friday the Iranian leader is reportedly in hiding as a result of fears of an assassination. In the meantime, U.S. citizens are now being evacuated from Israel with growing fears this conflict could spread across the region. The president is calling on peace.
This cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days.
Tonight, President Trump also saying on social media that any retaliation by Iran against the U.S. will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight. The president says we'll learn more tomorrow when the Secretary of Defense delivers a briefing at the Pentagon on the strikes. Back to you.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. Meanwhile,